Hillsborough Police Department needs your help locating a TCNJ student.
And coming up, an interview with Holocaust survivor Dr. Vera Goodkin. Welcome to the April 11th edition of MCN Live. I'm Kevin Xavier.
And I'm Adrian Colon. This evening, we begin our broadcast with news of a missing TCNJ student. Paige Ayala was last seen by her parents Wednesday afternoon. According to reports, Miss Ayala was 5'3" with long brown hair. Miss Ayala's purse, cell phone, and car keys were found by a Good Samaritan on the south walkway of the upper level of the George Washington Bridge. The Hillsborough Police Department is looking for any information regarding her disappearance. If you have any information, please contact the Hillsborough Township Police Department. On April 9th, a commemoration of the Holocaust was held and former professor Dr. Vera Goodkin gave a lecture about her experiences. Before the lecture, Dr. Goodkin was kind enough to sit down for an exclusive interview. Author, Holocaust survivor, and former Mercer County professor Dr. Vera Goodkin gave a lecture at the Holocaust and Genocide Center on April 9th. Dr. Goodkin spoke about the horrific experience of the Holocaust to a filled room. People were even standing outside to hear her story. Before the lecture, I had the privilege to actually sit down with Dr. Goodkin. We got into subjects such as how she communicated with her family while hiding in safe houses, avoiding being captured by the Nazis.
I mean, even when we were hiding out, if there was a wall between us, I would knock on the wall in the middle of the night for a knockback, and if I heard the knockback, it was okay.
Dr. Goodkin reveals the worst moment of her life.
When people ask me what was the most frightening or the worst point in your life, it was the day they separated me from my mother.
She goes more in depth in her book, In Sunshine and in Shadow, We Remember Them, but wants to make something clear.
I didn't simply want to talk about victimhood. I wanted to talk about the fact that we were, the Jewish populations of Central European countries, were an integral part of the fabric of society.
Dr. Goodkin also offers some words of advice that people should live by.
A wonderful country of diversity. Get to know people as individuals, because if you know them as members of a group that worships differently and eats different food and speaks different languages, you tend to become a little suspicious.
To view the full interview, please like our Facebook page, MCTV, Mercer County College Television.
Dr. Goodkin wrote about her experiences escaping Nazi Germany in her book In Sunshine and in Shadow, We Remember Them. Christopher Irshwood wrote about another side of Nazi Germany in his short novel, Goodbye to Berlin. That book was then adapted into the musical Cabaret. A production of the musical Cabaret is currently being staged by students of the Mercer Theater, Dance, and Entertainment Technology programs. Set in 1931 Berlin, Cabaret tells the story of an aspiring American writer who travels to Berlin and meets a cabaret singer in the Kick Tack Club. The show's upbeat music reflects the roaring 20s, while the lyrics show a different side of the times, full of decadence, cynicism, and moral ambivalence. So head out to Kelsey Theater this weekend for a fantastic show.
The past few episodes have placed spotlight on the culinary program and the student-run restaurant here at Mercer. This week we decided to go in and actually sample the food. Let's see what went on this week's Mercer Inside Look. Something's cooking in ES 111. It is the student-run restaurant community. On Wednesday from 11:45 to 12:30 p.m., students and faculty can enjoy a 3-course meal.
The food was very good.
Food here is second to none.
The food has been excellent from the beginning to the end. It was very good. We will come back again.
It is absolutely delicious. I would advise anybody to have lunch here on a Wednesday. It's just terrific.
We just decided we wanted to have simple upscale food. That's all. Just upscale. Take a normal dish and kind of put a little upscale twist on it. That's it.
It's really good.
With all the raving about this food, I decided to go behind the scenes where all the culinary magic happens and meet with Chef Benoit. So we want to know, what are we making here today?
Yes, here we have a ratatouille we made, and this is based on, the students came up with the recipe. It's some pureed tomatoes. You have in here with some squash, some zucchini. Finish it off with a little bit of goat cheese, bacon this individual ramekin. We'll put that right over here on our plate. And this is something that you'll get in our lunch class. We'll just go ahead and we'll plate this up, kind of just fan it out, overlay it. And that's part of food is what we talk about. We eat with our eyes first, right?
Right.
So it definitely has to look good so that guests...
But that presentation is everything, right?
Absolutely. If it doesn't look good, who's going to want to eat it?
Great. Well, thank you so much for being with us today. You have it from Chef Benoit. Definitely come down and support the restaurant, and we'll see you next time. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bon appetit.
Bon appetit. So, if you're in the mood for something other than the usual sandwich, why not have lunch at Community? And best of all, it only costs $8 per student and $10 per faculty member.
Good news for Hurricane Sandy victims looking to rebuild.
And the weather has been beautiful until last night. Did the rain bring back the cold? What can we expect from Mother Nature? Coming up next.
Don't look at me. Your hair's a bit frizzy today. Oh, you should pick that up. Oh, you're such a dork. Loser. Here, let me help you with that. Oops.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Oh, look. Your crush is looking at you. Or you.
They want to help, but don't know how.
See, no one here's gonna help you, because no one
Teach your
likes you.
kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We're going to beat them and bust them.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
A little bit rowdy. R-O-W-D-Y.
Take time to be a dad today. Call or visit fatherhood.gov to learn more.
Welcome back. The wife of New Jersey Governor Chris Christie says her relief fund will be handing out more aid to victims of Superstorm Sandy in the coming weeks.
And I'm also thrilled to let you all know that we're going to be giving out a total of $10 million in the next couple weeks throughout the month of April. So we know it's really important to get the money out into the people's hands so they can start rebuilding.
Mary Pat Christie, who chairs the Hurricane Sandy New Jersey Relief Fund, spoke to families in hard-hit Brick Township. She announced a $600,000 grant given to Operation Hope to offer storm victims free financial counseling. She's recently been criticized for being slow from distributing the $32 million that they have raised. She's defended her pace by carefully saying she's considering the other charities that were providing immediate relief.
Former British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher has died at the age of 87. She passed away this Monday following a stroke, according to her spokeswoman. Thatcher was Britain's first and only female prime minister, and the only British prime minister of the 20th century to win 3 consecutive terms. She served from 1979 to 1990 as the leader of the Conservative Party. Thatcher was called the Iron Lady for her personal and political toughness. She retired from public life after a stroke in 2002 and has suffered several strokes after that.
This week, Mercer 411 is highlighting Pride Week 2013. LGBTF is hosting numerous events next week, starting with the Rainbow Bake Sale on Monday, April 15th in the cafeteria. Tuesday is Sexual Awareness Day, and LGBTF will be offering free HIV testing all day. For more information, visit SC 118. On Wednesday, show your colors for Pride and wear it. Come dressed in your best and celebrate with the LGBTF in the quad. Friday, April 19th, Pride Week culminates with a drag show and dance. The show begins at 6 and the dance will start around 8.
This is Kaja Crawford with the MCN Live Weather Forecast. Our weekend will start with a soggy Friday, while on Saturday we'll see partly sunny and breezy conditions. On Sunday, we should see mostly sun. And looking ahead to next week, Monday will be beautiful with periods of sun and clouds. Tuesday, we may see occasional drizzle in the morning, followed by a passing shower in the afternoon. Wednesday, clouds and sunshine. Thursday, cloudy and cooler with a bit of rain. And Friday may bring us a passing morning shower. Otherwise, it will be partly sunny and warmer.
I'll take rain over snow any day. How about you?
Looks like it's going to be a pretty nice week. And coming up, we honor our Mercer Student Athlete of the Week. The tennis team is beginning to heat up. That and more next up in sports.
For those dealing with the daily struggles of caring for a loved one, we hear you. That's why AARP created a community with experts and other caregivers to help us better care for ourselves and the ones we love.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
We begin with our MCN Live Mercer Student Athlete of the Week. And this week we highlight the season of Alyssa Bauer of the Lady Vikings softball team. At the plate, Bauer is hitting for a .471 average and is ranked 15th in the nation with 41 RBIs. Her 5 home runs are 45th best in the country. She's also gotten it done defensively, ranking 19th in the country with 63 assists from her spot at the hot corner. And the sun has been good to the men's tennis team as they have heated up quicker than the weather. The boys in their rackets are scalding hot now as they've won 5 matches in a row to improve their record to 7-5 on the season. They look to continue their winning ways with a victory against Hartford in a match to be played tomorrow at 3:30 in the suburbs of Baltimore. Good luck to the men's tennis team. Keep it rolling. And the baseball team has pushed their record to 22-10 after winning 4 of their last 5 games. The Vikings are currently in first place in both the conference and the region. Mark Tomey continues to swing a hot stick with a .352 batting average. The freshman outfielder has become a leader of the team. Matt Alley has dazzled from the mound with a 3-1 record and a 2.33 ERA with 2 complete games this season. And it may have felt like summer for a few days last week, but it was a little cold for Mercer County's 2 high school teams. Pat Brady has the details.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the days are getting longer, and it's still 40 degrees out. You know what that means, opening day baseball in Mercer County. On April 2nd, Princeton High School took on Hopewell Valley Central High School at Moody Park. Good pitching by Hopewell Valley would set the tone for the game. Ben New pitched 4 2/3 innings of solid work, only giving up 2 hits and 2 earned runs, with 4 strikeouts. He was even found helping himself in the middle innings with this bases-clearing triple. Despite Princeton battling back in the 5th, timely hitting and aggressive base running would prove to be the key for Hopewell. Princeton pitchers Rohit Chalwa and Andrew Frayne each pitched 3 innings and gave up 4 runs apiece. Brody Catharina, Joey Gambino, Mike Geis, Will Karp, and Brennan Little each had an RBI, while John O'Gavantes tacked on 2. Setup man Ryan Fanning came in the 6th inning, striking out the side. Phil Angelastro came in to close the game out in the top of the 7th, with the final score being 8-3 Hopewell. I'm Pat Brady, MCN Live.
This weekend is the annual Cherry Blossom Festival's peak. Bloom Weekend in Washington, D.C. The blooms aren't as open as the National Park Service hoped when it made this year's peak bloom prediction. Shy flowers or not, people are still enjoying the festival's events, from tours to water activities. Every year, horticulturists try to predict when D.C.'s famous Yoshino cherry trees will have 70% or more of their flowers blooming. The dates vary each year.
That's all we have for you tonight on MCN Live. On behalf of all of us, have a nice evening, and we'll see you next week.
And before we go, thank you all for joining us. Have a good weekend. Enjoy the weather. Thank you so much.